And the possible deployments to Portland and Chicago came up at today's White House press briefing. Here's what Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had to say.
With all due respect to that judge, I think her opinion is untethered in reality and in the law. The president is using his authority as commander-in-chief, U.S. Code 12406, which clearly states that the president has the right to call up the National Guard in cases where he deems it's appropriate.
Joining us now for more on this is CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi. Olivia, thank you for being with us here today. So, new CBS News polling shows 61% of Americans are saying that the president should not deploy active duty U.S. troops to American cities. How is the White House responding to these latest legal challenges?
Well, Nancy, it's a good question. We heard just now in the briefing from Caroline Leavitt that she said that the president's hope is to make these cities safer, that this is not an effort to take over these cities, but their goal is just to bring down crime, something that they feel is a winning issue for them that gets reflected into these polls. On the latest legal challenges specifically, we did get a response from the White House on those lawsuits that we saw filed in response to what we saw on the ground in Portland, where the federalized troops from California were the White House tried to send them to Portland. Judge struck that down over the weekend. And then again yesterday, they say, this is from Abigail Jackson, who's a spokeswoman for the White House. She said the facts haven't changed. President Trump exercised his lawful authority to protect federal assets and personnel in Portland following violent riots and attacks on law enforcement. We expect to be vindicated by a higher court. Now, what she's talking about there is why they say they sent these troops into Portland, which is an ICE facility, which has seen pretty sustained protests for the last several months. But this is something that the governor and local law enforcement on the ground have said they've been able to deal with just with the resources that they have. They said they haven't requested additional federal resources to deal with that on the ground. So this is something, Nancy, that's going to continue to play out, especially as we see this administration try to expand that executive power through the use of these National Guard troops.
And Olivia, on another note, our polling also shows that the economy and jobs remain the most important issue for the country, with inflation there coming in second. However, there are reports that the Trump administration is trying to provide some relief to soybean farmers. That's to help them sustain China's boycott against American soybeans. What do we know about that possible aid package?
Yeah, we actually have some new reporting on that. We know that there are early discussions happening in this administration to provide billions of dollars of aid to U.S. farmers. Now, it could total a little bit more than $10 billion. They haven't settled on a number just quite yet, but we do know there will be a significant aid package given to these U.S. farmers because of this Chinese boycott on soybeans. They bought soybeans earlier in the year, but since May and since the autumn harvest, they haven't bought anything. And that's creating quite the squeeze on the American farmers. So there could potentially be an aid package sent to them soon. We know that there's conversation happening between the Treasury and the Agricultural Secretary about this specifically. So keep an eye out for that and what could amount to be a pretty significant aid package for U.S. farmers.
Yeah, it can't come soon enough for some of those farmers out there. Olivia Rinaldi, thank you very much for joining us.